Hello and welcome, and on today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to do cornrows. So we're going to be doing a simple cute style, and I'm going to start with a small cornrow at the center of my head, which will start from the front all the way to the back, and that's what I am currently parting for. The previous style, which I have just taken down prior to doing this one, required my hair to be in two equal sections, and that is why my hair was already parted into two equal parts. After sectioning from one side of my head, I will twist the hair that I will no longer be needing and then start sectioning on the other side. After sectioning on the other side, I will also twist the other side as I did with the previous side. After sectioning off the hair that I'll need for the first cornrow, I decided to put elastic bands on the hair that I will not be needing and brush the short hairs that are at the front just to see everything clearly. So when starting off your cornrow, you take a small piece at the front and divide that small piece into 3 equal pieces. Once you have 3 equal pieces you're comfortable with, you'll insert your index finger behind the center piece and take the small piece from the opposite side and hold it with that index finger. You'll do the same with the other hand, and you'll do this with both hands interchangeably and continuously. So the center piece that you keep inserting your index finger behind is actually the unbraided hair, and when you hold the piece of hair from the opposite side of the index finger, you are therefore braiding. I hope it's better demonstrated than how I can explain it, but we're going to do a total of 3 cornrows, and this is the only thin one. The other 2 are going to be very thick and very visible for easy demonstration. While you are braiding and doing your cornrow, please ensure that you untangle the hair as you go, because if the hair gets tangled up, it's going to make it a bit more difficult for you to continue with the cornrow. I finished the center cornrow and braided it at the back, and then brushed the hairs that are on the sides onto the far outside frame of my head, because I want these cornrows to not be at the center of each side but instead to be on the outer frame of the hair. I took a small section out of the front of the cornrow hair, then divided it into 3, then inserted my index finger to take a small piece of hair from the opposite side. Did the same with the opposite index finger, and I will do this continuously from the front all the way to the back, but the shape will be towards the outer frame of my hair, because that is how I would like the side braids to be shaped. Instead of braiding this cornrow towards anywhere, I will be braiding it towards the sides, because I would like the braids to form towards the sides as opposed to forming onto the center of the side. I hope that makes sense, but I want them to be towards the outside as opposed to being more aligned to the center of the side. So when I was saying I want this braid to be towards the side, I meant that I wanted to be in this area particularly, and not in the center of the side of my head. I hope you guys can clearly see what I meant with that. This last cornrow, I'm not going to be talking too much about where to insert your index finger, etc., but I'm just going to let you guys have the opportunity of watching the demonstration, and hopefully it will be understandable based on the demonstration, because you do have to actually do this in order to know how it's done, as opposed to listening about it to know how it's done. So once I was done with all 3 cornrows, I started pulling the hair a bit just to ensure that one side looks like the other side as much as possible and that the shape is a shape that I'm happy with. This is the back of the 3 cornrows and I'm going to tuck away the ends using bobby pins. So I'll start off with one braid, insert it into the bobby pin and then pin that bobby pin right next to the braid that is onto the opposite side so that it camouflages nicely. And I will do the same thing with the 2 remaining braids of the 2 cornrows. So just take the bobby pin, insert the braids onto the bobby pin and then lay it right next to the cornrow that is on the opposite side. Once I've tucked away the braids, I just brush the hair on my nape to ensure that everything is neat at the front and at the back. I'm now going to use the Kair Styling Mousse Firm Hold just to lay down my edges and any flyaway hairs that are going in the undesired direction. Once I was done with that, I got my satin headscarf and then I wrapped my head for about 10 to 15 minutes. I would suggest brushing your edges or your flyaways prior to wrapping your hair with the durag, or else it will firm hold and some of the hair will form like a curl pattern, which in this case is something we are not trying to do or to achieve. And 10 minutes later, I took off my headscarf. I was just touching the front to see if I feel any liquid. I just wanted to be sure that it's dry before taking off the headscarf, and everything is nicely laid as expected. So I'm going to be using these golden rings just to make things look a bit more appealing, just add some life in there. So I'm going to insert 3 of them in the front of the center cornrow, and this is what the final look looks like. So here I'm just showing off each side and the front. Everything is beautiful and neat and simple. So this is a look that can be done in less than an hour with your own hair. There's no braiding hair needed and you can wear it for a week. So thank you for watching up until the end. I hope you enjoyed this and found it informative. Please make sure that you like or comment and subscribe to the channel. I will see you on my next video. Bye.